Hello friends, welcome once again. Join me as I share with you how to make one of my favorite dishes. Today I will be sharing with you how to make cassava starch from scratch and how to prepare it. The video is divided into two parts. Step 1, we are going to learn how to make cassava starch. And step 2, we are going to learn how to prepare cassava starch. You can use the timestamp to navigate to your area of value, or preferably, you can watch the full video for more knowledge. And so to start, we'll be needing some fresh cassava roots. So I'll start by cutting them into smaller bits. And after cutting the cassava into smaller sizes, next is to begin to peel them. So I'll go ahead and give the cassava a slight cut, then remove the bark from it. And after peeling off the bark from the cassava, I'll transfer into a clean bowl. Then repeat the same process for the remaining ones. And now that I'm done peeling all the cassava, this is how they look like. Next, I will go ahead, add water to them and wash them thoroughly. Please make sure to wash the cassava thoroughly so that there will be no sand in the starch. And after washing all of them and they become clean, here we have our cassava thoroughly washed. Next, I'll be cutting them into blendable size. So as I cut the cassava into blendable size, I remove the stem in between the cassava. And after cutting them into blendable size, next we begin the blending process. So I'll transfer some of it into the blender, add some water and blend smoothly. So I'll start by adding little portion of the cassava into the blender, add water and begin to blend. And after blending for some time, I will add more of the cassava to the blender, then blend smoothly. And after blending and it becomes smooth, I'll transfer into a bowl. As you can see, this came out very smooth. So next I'll transfer into a bowl, then set aside. And so I'll continue the blending process. I'll be adding some of the cassava to the blender once again. Add water and blend smoothly. After blending, transfer into the bowl. Repeat the same process with all of them. And here we have our blended cassava ready. And next we begin with the juicing process. To juice starch out of the blended cassava, we need a bowl and a cheesecloth. So I'll spread the cheesecloth over the bowl. Add some of the blended cassava to it. Next, bring the cheesecloth together and begin to squeeze vigorously to extract all the juice out from the cassava. And after squeezing out the juice from the cassava, I'll set it aside. Then transfer the cassava pulps into another clean bowl, as we'll be using this for another great recipe. I'll set this aside, then transfer the cassava juice into a clean bucket also. After transferring it into a bucket, we continue with the extraction of the cassava juice. So also go ahead and spread the cheesecloth over the bowl, then add some of the blended cassava to it. Bring the cheesecloth together and squeeze. And after squeezing out the juice from it, next I'll transfer the juice into the bucket once again, then set aside. Repeat the same process with all the blended cassava. And here we have all the juiced cassava. I'll be setting it aside and allowed to rest for between 8 to 12 hours. Also, here is the pulp we got from it. Like I said, we'll be using this for another recipe. So I'll transfer it into the cheesecloth, squeeze together tightly and set aside. So in my next video, I'll be showing you what this can be used for. So please stay tuned. And so this is the night hour. I'll be bringing back the cassava. As you can see, the starch has settled beneath while the water is up. So I'll go ahead and strain the water from the starch gently so that the starch doesn't mix up with the water. And after straining the water from the starch, discard the water as this is no longer useful. And next we go ahead with the preparation of our starch swallow. So I'll be bringing back the starch. Add some of the starch to a cooking pot. To know what quantity of water to be used to dissolve what quantity of starch, it is advisable that when you measure out 1 cup of starch, you have to dissolve that starch with 1 cup of water. So if you are making 2 cups of starch, you'll be using 2 cups of water to dissolve it. Though this measurement is applicable to newly made starch that is between 1 day to a week. As you know, the longer the starch stays at home, it begins to lose its potency. In this case, you have to reduce the water in mixing the starch so that the starch swallow can come out well. Please do well to check the description area for the right measurements to be used. So after adding the starch to the pot, I added some water and mixed together. So I'll go ahead and mix together properly to form a slurry. This process is so crucial because it will define the final texture and look of the starch. So you have to mix it properly so that there will be no lumps found in the starch. And after mixing together properly, this is the consistency you should get. And next we add some palm oil to it, then stir together. So the next step is to take it to the heat and begin to cook. As you cook, stir continuously. Cook on a medium heat and continue to stir. As you stir and cook, it begins to thicken up. When the starch begins to thicken up, you have to stir vigorously so that there will be no lumps found in it. At this stage of cooking, as you stir the starch, also press it to the pot. This will help dissolve any lumps that might want to form in the starch. As you can see, our starch is almost ready. So continue to stir vigorously so that there will be no lumps found in the starch. And after cooking and stirring for some time, you can see how our starch look like. This came out very beautiful with no lumps in it. But for it to be well cooked, I'll be adding some water to it. Cover and allow to cook for about 3 minutes. So if you are the type that eats starch and normally have stomach upset, I will advise that after making your starch, add water to it and cook for a few more minutes to be well cooked. And after cooking the starch for 3 minutes, I'll go ahead and give it a quick stir to be well combined. Please, if this is your first time of seeing my videos, I want to say thank you so much for clicking to watch. Kindly click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that when I upload new videos, you'll be notified. And to all my amazing returning viewers, I want to say thank you so much for always being there. I appreciate you. God bless you. Once properly combined, turn off the heat and remove from the fire. Then our starch is ready. So go ahead and serve. You can enjoy this special delicacy with banga soup, egusi pepper soup, vegetable, or whatever soup that you prefer. And now that you have learned how to make cassava starch from scratch and how to prepare it, you can see that this is so easy and simple. And I guess you might give this a try. Please let me know how it came out for you in my comment section. And please don't forget to like this video and share with your loved ones. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a great time learning how to make this delicious recipe. See you in my next video. God bless.